Hello, lovely people. It's Hila here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Saturday Night Stage, and I hope that you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Today's post is a fabric haul slash sewing plans slash additions to my haberdashery. So, want to grab your cup of tea or cup of coffee, and let's dive straight into it. So the only fabric that I've bought this month has been from Pounds Fabrics. I'm signed up to their newsletter, which probably isn't a good idea because every time something pops in, there's something delicious, and they constantly have sales and like really good sales with some fabrics that I think are pretty decent value. So they popped in with some French terry, and as it happens, I'd been doing some wardrobe planning, and I basically realized that I wanted to make some red and pink sweaters in my colors, because as you know, if you haven't watched my color analysis video, my whole world has been turned upside down by realizing that I have colors that bring out my best vitality forward. So I'm trying now to move towards a curated wardrobe where I basically have almost everything that goes together rather than the eclectic thing that I currently have going. I've never tried before to have a curated wardrobe, so I'm quite curious to actually try it and see how I get on with it, which is why I'm now trying to look for colors that suit, because if everything goes together, it should in theory mean that I can always just look the way that I want to look all the time without spending too much time thinking about what do I feel like wearing today, what do I not feel like wearing today. So I got some French terry. They had some red and pink. So actually they had more than these two colorways. They had loads of different colorways, but I wanted to go for the hot pink and for the red, because those are some of my colors. And this winter, I do like to keep things extra popping just for that color, that biofeedback that I get, which just, is a good counter contrast to the dull gray days that we tend to have here in England during winter. So the French terry, I had already seen this French terry before because my friend Josie also buys from Pounds Fabrics a lot. And so I was like, oh yeah, no, I know it's good quality. So I got the French terry. I got 2 meters of it. So French terry is it's a really lovely fabric in terms of care and maintenance as a sweatshirting fabric, but it's not the most fun fabric to sew with. And that's because it does this really, you could call it charming. I prefer to call it annoying habit of curling in where you cut it, and it will keep on curling and it will keep on curling. So it's the sort of fabric that I would say you can't let the project marinate after you've cut out your fabric pieces. And that just basically means you need to sew those seams pretty much straight away. Otherwise they curl in. And then when you're sewing them, you have to keep on trying to get them to unroll, to uncurl them so that you can get them through the overlocker, which is very annoying, and it adds like 500% to the completion time of the project. So it's a sort of fabric that, pick your pattern, cut out your fabric pattern pieces and sew it up straight away before it keeps on curling. That's the lesson that I have learned from using French terry. Once you get past that though, French terry garments are banging. They wash really well. And trust me, I'm very low maintenance when it comes to my laundry capacities. I have seen some amazing clothes that looked really great on me, but I haven't got them because they require dry cleaning or they require hand washing and, dry flat, whatever. For me, you have to be able to be washed in a 30-degree wash, just a normal cycle, and be dried in a low tumble dryer. And that's if I can't do that with fabric or garments, that it doesn't fit into my lifestyle in this current moment. So I love French terry because it is easy care. And I just like also the fact that it doesn't lose color that easy. So I've got a toaster sweater that I made using a French terry a couple of years ago. And I wore that toaster sweater a lot and it would get washed a lot, but it still is the nice pink and hot pink. So it's a really, really good fabric. It doesn't stretch out as much as a jersey. The weight is not quite like a sweater knit. It's somewhere like when you look at it, you might think, oh, it's a slightly thicker cotton jersey, but it doesn't have as much stretch as a cotton jersey. It really doesn't. So you can't really use this on patterns that have negative ease, patterns that are meant to stretch out. Like, for instance, this top that I'm wearing, I didn't make this, by the way. I actually bought this because I really liked how it's a knitted top, and they knitted it with the gray up to here. And then it's got this stripe. It's really, really lovely. But when you see this, when I'm not wearing it, it looks very small because it's got a lot of negative ease in it. And I think that with French terry, you can't do that. But it is a really lovely fabric, and it's quite comfortable. It's got a loop back. So these colors, they're bright, they're vivid. They are my winter colors, as you can see. Matches perfectly with my lipstick. And I'm going to actually unusually make two of the same thing from it, because as I said, I'm working on curating a wardrobe that I want to be ready in time for December. And the idea is I want more of my mental focus to be on creating cozy, lovely memories in Christmas, rather than on trying to think, oh, what am I going to put together? So I'm kind of trying out this whole being prepared ahead of time thing. And I have to say, so far it seems to be working quite well. But we're going to have to see with Christmas. But the thing that I'm going to be making is fortuitously, serendipitously enough, from the Burda December 2021 issue, which it surprised me. But anyway, you can see the other video. Otherwise, this video will be too long if I got into it. But I'm going to be making top number 115 here because it's got like this sort of like faux roll neck. So in winter, I just need to be wearing things that go up to my neck here. It's just a given, and quite tight as well, not too baggy, because I don't like feeling drafts of air. Like whatever I wear, I have to make sure that it's, in winter, I'm very, very sensitive like that. So that's top number 115. And in the magazine styling, it's basically fitting exactly what has been the skeleton of my winter fall wardrobe, and that's sort of like either skinny jeans or leggings with some boots and socks, and either a sweater dress or a top, and there's the layer of either my Marks and Spencer's thermals or a roll neck turtleneck. And that's the look that I've been going for. So I was just like, oh my gosh, it's just fallen into my lap, literally through my letterbox. So that's what I'm going to be making with this fabric. And let me just show you. So this is kind of like, this is the card. This is a Burda 2019. Yeah, 2019 cardigan. And this has been worn to death, guys. I love this so much. I wear it like all the time. And I put an elasticated cuff. The actual design itself is that you're just supposed to leave it like that. But I need to be able to do this with clothes. And so I do that. These are my thermals. So yeah, and I like to wear it belted. But underneath, I've got the skinny, the leggings. And that's basically my, what I've been doing a lot of. Either that or it will be like a sweater dress. And that's been something that I've been very happy with. It's practical, it's comfortable, and it does mean that if there's a lovely day out and I want to nip into the garden, it's very easy for me to just put on my boiler suit over and go out and do some work in the garden. So a lot of practicality is going into my wardrobe planning, whereas before there wasn't a lot of practicality with it. There was just a lot of, oh, I love this, and I love this. And so I will wear it, which, unfortunately, we have to find a middle ground. Certainly, I'm finding that anyway. All right, so that's what we have with regards to the fabric haul and the sewing plans, which is a very, very nice feeling, by the way. So it's kind of nice knowing that I'm not just going to let this sit straight away, because I have already traced it out. And because it's mostly an overlocker project, I expect that I will be able to make these within the next couple of days or so. And hopefully I'll be able to do a separate video wherein I just share them, just to have some accountability, So it's got 3 pattern pieces, very simple. And because it's a drop shoulder and flat shoulder construction, your Your sleeve pattern piece is basically like a rhomboid with long sides. And yeah, so I'm quite excited about making these. And what I might do is I might actually do the cuffs in contrasting. So I have red cuffs on the hot pink one and the hot pink cuffs on the red one, just to add a bit more contrasting there. So those are the things that I'm going to be making before December, so that they can be part of my December wardrobe, because I wanted reds to feature big time in my December look. And we have that. The other thing that I recently bought to add to my sewing cave is this really thick 4.5 centimeter elastic. And that's because I really like using this for waistbands on my scuba skirts. So the other sewing project that I have is to make up this skirt. And this is going to be just my simple A-line scuba skirt that I drafted for myself. And it has, I like them a lot better when they've got the thicker elasticated waistband, because then it actually adds the illusion of a belt, but I didn't have to think about wearing a belt. And as you can see, this will go quite well with this because it picks out the hot pink flashes. So the idea is I want to have tops and bottoms that sort of go well together. I picked this up from AliExpress, which is like a really great place for getting haberdashery items, I think, especially if you want to buy them in bulk. And so I got, this is 10 yards, so I should get about 10 skirts out of this. So yeah. And the other sewing projects that I have to do, these are more refashion projects. 3 years ago, these were my daughter's birthday dresses. And so they've sort of like grown really tight around here. But the skirts, the gathered skirts, I got these from H&M. These are still usable. So these I'm going to be using an elastic, and I'm just going to sew an elastic around them, and they'll be able to wear them as skirts, which is quite nice. The other sewing project that I have on the go is I got my daughters these really nice knitted cardigans, and they're made out of an actual wool mix yarn, and they're very warm and cozy, but wool makes their skin really, really itchy, and they don't like wearing them because of that. And I was like, well, I paid a lot of money for that, and that's wool. So I started the project off lining the sleeves with like a satin fabric, so that at least that way their sleeves, their the parts of their arms don't actually have to touch the wool itself. And so I just have to finish that. So what I have been doing is I literally just drafted the sleeve piece, and then I'm overlocking it at the end over here, right? So that goes like that. And then if I pull it out like so, I then just hand stitch it along the sleeve holes here, so that we've got, you see that. And they should be able to wear these for at least, I don't know, maybe another year or so in winter, because they really are lovely, and they do wash well, but it's just the reaction that they have to them. So I just have to finish these off. So this one is 1.5 done, and then the second one has to get done, because that's the joy of twins. You get to do something once and then you have to do it again. So yeah, that's fun. So that's it, lovely people. Thank you so much if you've stayed until the end. I really, really do appreciate you. I should be back very soon showing you the results of the finished garments, and I'm also finishing up the video on that fantastic dress from Burda 10 2020, which I cannot wait to share. And I've possibly quite built it up too much in my head, but it's going to be so much fun. So do remember to subscribe and hit the like button. Other ways of supporting the channel, check out the merch shop, and also let me know if you are planning a December wardrobe in preparation for the madness that is Christmas, or is it just me? And if you are, have you chosen your colors for it? What's the basis of it? Let me know. I am new to this and I am so excited about it, because I'm kind of beginning to see that there might be something to that whole malarkey of actually planning your things in advance. And until I see you next time, lovely people, happy sewing. Bye.